Hey everybody, sorry I've been away for so long. I've been very busy. I work full time, of course, and we've been doing a lot of stuff. We actually are getting a house built right now as well. That was time consuming. It's been about 3 weeks since I uploaded a video. Uh, So yes, lots been going on. Still get a lot of questions about the stock market. So this particular video, I'm going to give you an update on that. I'm going to talk a little bit fast. Someone kind of wants me to be totally transparent, and I totally understand that, right? I don't want to have unrealistic expectations for you guys. So I'm going to start from the beginning, all right? And this is not like a flex video. I'm hoping you look at this as an informative video. I am very much like all of you guys, and to be honest with you, I don't think this money is that much. It is not my goal. Let's just say that. I know plenty of people that make really good money. That makes my money look very small in the grand scheme of things. But please. Try to find this as an informative video. And I'm going to kind of just tell it how it is. And I'm going to give you the raw numbers. Me and my wife met about a year and a half ago now. And she was a school teacher. I am a cable technician. Many of you guys know that. So our household is pretty average, middle class household, right? She owned her own house that she has owned for about 5 years or something like that. It was a condo. And I own my own house that I bought about a year and a half ago. So this is just taking you guys back to the beginning on how I got started in investing. I have actually been investing for 10, 15 years now, and I made little money here and there. So and this is also kind of going to be the bigger picture of this channel. I don't want to just talk about credit repair, which we are going to talk about credit repair, and we're going to wrap that up so we help people fix their credit so that they can afford a house, afford a car, things like that, to kind of better your lives, and you can hopefully make investments of your own in the future. So credit repair is a big part of it. To me, credit repair is the beginning. None of this would have been possible for me or us if I didn't fix my credit. That was really the catalyst that sparked everything. I couldn't afford a house, if I didn't have good credit. And to me, a house is, a lot of people say it's a liability, and yes, it is a liability. To me, it's an investment, and I'm going to show you. So this channel is not only about credit repair, not only about investments, but it's going to also be about real estate. It's going to be about a whole bunch of stuff to hopefully help you save money, make money, and enjoy your money. So here goes. My wife owned her own house. I own mine. She moved in. We rented her house out for a good year. We made about $200-300 a month. Maybe not even. I think we made like $100 a month off of it, right? But someone else was paying her mortgage, so we were okay with that. That was fine. It came a time where we were like, okay, the market is pretty good right now. How much can we get for this house? We don't really need it. And we weren't even intending on selling it. We were just kind of wondering, right? So a buddy of mine now, our realtor, he's amazing realtor. I don't think I've ever seen a realtor so driven as he is. I think we just happened I think I messaged him or something. He was showing this brand new house, and I was like, hey, I really like that house. And just for, giggles, poops and giggles, I messaged him. I was like, hey, can we go see that house? He showed us that house, and he was like, hey, Do you guys want it? I was like, I don't know, probably not. I just wanted to see it. Thank you. And he was just kind of, really on top of it. He's like, hey, it's a really good time to sell your house right now. It's a really good time to buy your house, which I kind of disagree. It's not a good time to buy a house. Nevertheless, I ended up buying a house, which is a separate video that I will tell you why I decided to buy a house. But no, I do not think it's a good time to buy a house right now. But anyways, so we really crunched the numbers. All right, so this house, we were making, let's say, $100 a month off of it. It's going to take us 100 years to see some sort of profit from it. It's going to be paid off in 25 years, right? So we're not going to see much of a profit for at least another 25 to 30 years. So I'm kind of in the mentality, and my wife is kind of in the same mentality. Live for today, right? Tomorrow's not guaranteed. So we crunched the numbers. Our realtor was like, hey, I could sell your house for this much. My wife got it for about $80,000 5 years ago. Our realtor wanted to sell it for $160,000. So you do the math. 80 grand, right? After taxes, after fees, he told us we'd walk away with 70 grand. And we're like, okay, wow. Sold, let's sell it. Within 12 hours, we got a cash buyer and 5 other conventional loans or FHA loans. So it's a really good time to sell a house right now. All these houses are kind of above market price right now, and people are offering $10,000, $20,000 over the listed price. That's how crazy the market is for housing. There's not many people selling their house, and there's a lot of buyers. A lot of people want to take advantage of the interest rate right now, and I don't blame them. So, it'll take us 100 years before we see profit from that house of $70,000. So it was a no-brainer for us. We sold her house. They cut us a check for $70,000, and that was our first big break in, I think, both of our lives. $20,000, I think $30,000 or something like that. We paid off a whole bunch of stuff. We paid off her school. We paid off some loans, some credit cards here and there. We paid off everything. So we absolutely had no debt. And then we had about $50,000 left over. So to me, yes, we could put that $50,000 in the bank. But like I said, I've always done stocks, and I've always made some sort of money from it. No matter how little I had, or, I always came out with something. I mean, a few months before we even sold the house, we had $9,000 in the stock market, and that $9,000, I turned it into 15. So I was like, hey, babe, we have $50,000. We could put it in the bank, make 1% every year, which is $50 every year off of our $50,000. Or we could go into the stock market and I'll see what I could do with it. She is the most supportive wife in the world. And she was like, go ahead, do your thing. And of course, I was nervous. I'm not an expert at the stock market at all. And disclaimer, I am not a financial advisor. I'm not advising you to do anything. This is for entertainment purposes and hopefully information purposes only. So she said, do your thing. So we started a TD Ameritrade account, put the $50,000 in there. A month later, profited $35,000. And this is kind of why I'm making this video, because someone wanted me to let you guys know that it's not all the stock market isn't always perfect. And to me, it's pretty obvious that the stock market is not always going to be perfect. You take a risk. Yeah, I knew that $50,000 was just a total risk, I went in with the intentions of course, making money off of it. hopefully making $5,000, hopefully making $10,000 off of it. I ended up making $35,000 in the first month. So I was ecstatic. I'm still ecstatic, right? Um, and about 3 weeks ago, I don't know if you guys been watching the news, but the stock market has been downtrending, and it's been downtrending hard, right? So that's what the stock market does. If the stock market was just a tool people could put their money in and it goes straight up, everyone would put their money into the stock market. But the stock market is a risk. I could have easily, if I made the wrong investments, I could have easily lost $35,000. But I did my homework and I studied every day, every night. And yes, by studying, I mean people on YouTube, right? And that's a different, I'm gonna get into a different video with that. But yes, some of the people on YouTube were exactly correct. Did I go into a particular stock just because they said so? No. I did my own research as well after that into any stock that I was going to invest in. So yes, that 50,000 profited $35,000 in the first month and a half. Yes, and I sent it home. I sent all my money home. I'm not a long-term investor at all. Because, and here's why. In the last 3 weeks, the stock market has gone down 7 to 10%, right? If I was a long-term investment, I would have lost most of my $35,000. Instead, I only lost $10,000. So about 3 weeks ago, I did lose $10,000, right? Because I was trying to time the dip, meaning the fall. And each time I would grab it when it was falling, it kept falling. It kept going to a place I never thought it would go. I initially I started a call space into in a stock at about $20, $19. I rode it all the way up to $30. I made really good money off of this one particular stock. I made most of my gains from it, $25,000. It got up to $30,000. I got out because I wanted to enjoy the money, the profit. You know, yes, I could have stayed in, you know, and it could have kept going up. But I kept hearing some bad news and I didn't like it. So I called all my friends up. I think I called them up at 4 o'clock in the morning and I said, hey, it's probably time to get out of this particular stock if you're in it. What they do with their investment is up to them, but I'm the one who got them into that particular investment. So, and I don't feel it necessary that I had to call them and tell them to get out and take profits, but I did anyway. So what they did, I don't know. But me, I got out. In that process, in that time span, the stock has plummeted down to $14. On the way down, I tried to catch it a couple of times and it went back and bit me in the butt, right? So I gave back some of the $35,000 in profit. I was about $25,000 in profit at one point, and I took a step back and I was like, all right, this is enough for the losing, right? And really overall, the market was down anyway, but there's still some stocks out there that's making money. So I had to take a step back and reassess the stocks that I was in. These were SPAC stocks. There's people on TV just kind of poo-pooing on these stocks, saying they weren't real companies. But to me, I think they were great companies and they will be great companies one day. But a lot of people don't believe in them. But I do, and so do their investors, the people that put in $250 million into these particular companies. I think one day they will be great. Right now, they're just gotten beat up really bad by a lot of stock analysts on TV or in magazines. But yes, they got beat up. Not only that, there is this thing called the coronavirus. You may have heard of it. That's also beating up the stocks. Also, there's this thing called the election. That is beating up the stocks as well. So all of that mixed up, it plummeted a lot of stocks out there. Luckily, I stayed out. I had to reassess what type of trading I wanted to do. So I decided to do some swing trading, right? I wanted to get in during the day and get out at the end of the day. So within the past 2 weeks or so, or a week or so, I started doing a little bit more swing trading. I got back up to 35K within a couple of days. I kept swing trading. Now I'm above 42K. So I really had to reassess how I wanted to trade. The thing is with stocks don't just go straight up. If they go straight up, everyone would be doing it. There is a lot of risk associated with stocks. And the reason why I'm making the gains that I'm making is because I took a $50,000 risk with it, right? Some people take, $1,000 and you can't expect to make $1,000 double up on that. Some stocks, sure you can. I've seen stocks double. It takes a couple months, but yes, there's some stocks on my watch list that have doubled within the past 3 months that I've been watching it. I wasn't a part of it. I wish I was a part of it. It would have made my experience a lot easier, but I can't, I'm not a long-term investor. There's some stocks that start off at $2. The stock that I'm currently liking right now started off in January about $2. Now it's $30. Imagine if you invested $10,000 when it was $2. Your $10,000 right now would be $200,000. So it is very profitable if you just get it at the right time. If you know what you're doing, it is very profitable. And there are plenty of people that did get it at $2 and now they have it at $30 and they invested $50,000 and now their $50,000 is like $500,000, something like that. I'm just giving you square numbers here. But yes, there's plenty of people that did that. Am I one of them? No. But did I get a percentage of that? I'm sure. I didn't have money to invest in January. Now I'm trying to find a particular stock just like that, or at least I'm trying to, just 2x my money little by little. But yeah, don't have these kind of hopes that you're going to double your money just when you put your money into the stock market. That's not how it works at all. A lot of people lose money. In the past few weeks, a lot of people have lost money because the market has just been down. I've been fortunate enough that I didn't lose money. I made money, but that's through a lot of sleepless nights. I sit there and I try to pick the best stocks as possible. But I just wanted to tell everyone where I came from. I don't want you guys to have these grand expectations that you're going to make $50,000 right off the bat. That is not always the case. I am grateful and I'm blessed that I made some pretty good investments. And I'm going to continue to make some good investments, hopefully. I hope to continue to make some good investments in the future as well. So I also wanted to touch on real estate, because this channel is going to be about real estate as well. It's not just be about real estate, but we're going to talk to some realtors. We're going to talk to some mortgage loan officers to see, their perspective on the market. There's a lot of tips and tricks on how to save money, how to make money. I want everyone to make money. There's a lot of people I know in the stock market that have way more money than I have invested into the stock market. I made 42K in 2 months. They made 120K in 2 months. There's some really smart people out there. There's some really brave people out there that know what they're doing and that aren't afraid to kind of make money with their money that they have. And I just want everyone to know, like, hey, you can do it too. There's nothing special about me. I'm not a genius, or if anything, I'm a little bit lucky. but you can do it as well. We were able to sell her house, and we had my house to live in. And actually, we're going to sell my house as well, and we're going to take profit from that. So, um, and this house originally for me, I knew I was never going to stay here. To me, it was just an investment. I like my house, but um, it was an investment for me, because I know plenty of people that use their houses as investments, and I always wanted to do that. I know someone that owns 5 houses right now throughout their many years, and everyone else paid for their house. He didn't even pay for them. He had renters pay for their house, for his houses, and that is the smartest thing you can do. That's genius. You bought a house, but you're having someone else pay for it. One day I would like to get to that level, and I'm inching closer and closer to that now. And that is the plan eventually. But like I said, I apologize for not posting for 3 weeks. Super busy with work. I work full time. I'm a basketball coach. I'm a basketball trainer. I really don't have any days off. I work 7 days a week. And these videos, yes, they seem a little short, but I don't want to be here when I'm like tired, ready to go into bed. I want to kind of be here with some good energy for you guys, to make sure you guys all know the best things possible, best moves possible to make. And there's so many good moves out there to make. I hope you guys are staying safe. It's crazy with the virus out there right now, but I hope you and your family are staying safe, and I hope you learned a little something from this video, and I hope you keep watching. We're gonna kind of get through this together, and hopefully on the other side we'll be better for it. Thank you so much. Have a good night.